Mateusz, give me a mark. All right, we on live. We're on live. I hope we are live. I will just wait for just some comments. Just write me, guys, then you can hear me on that. Okay, I hear. All right, we got it. Okay, hello guys. First time in English version on the XRS Poland podcast. I'm together here with the really good and top drivers. So I'm here with Bruno Coelho from Portugal. How it's going, Bruno?
Hello. All good.
Yes, and with Martin Bayer, chief designer from X-Ray. How it's going, Martin?
Hi, ahoy. Very good.
Okay. Together with me, it's my friends who's working with me on the podcast, Łukasz Potępa. Hi, Łukasz.
Hey, how are you doing?
And of course, the magic guy, technical guy, Mateusz Swarabowicz. Hi, Mateusz.
Hello, how are you?
All right. So I hope you will enjoy our podcast. We have of course some kind of questions about those two guys, and I will give the voice to Łukasz, and he will be continue the podcast. So we are listening to you, man.
Thank you. First of all, thank you very much for watching. I hope that there's more international publicity right now. Sorry for all the mistakes in English. We are not English is not our main first language to speak. Anyway, today we are going to find out how Martin and Bruno started the RC journey, how it comes that we have world champions here. We would like to hear from you a little bit from the inside of the X-Ray factory. A little bit about the hobby around the world, just casual talk. I would really like to ask you guys if you ever drive anything else than racing cars. And of course, because of the crucial situation all around the world right now about the coronavirus, we would like to hear you and discuss a little bit about how this situation is affecting the RC industry. Hopefully, we can maybe figure out some solutions for it. So, first of all, Bruno, how do you start racing? What was the first time when you ever saw the RC car?
Hello again. My first time I drove the RC car was at the parking lot, not far from my house. I was passing there like 1 month or 2 months before with my dad, and we watched the cars there like running. And my dad saw the interest that I had on the RC cars. So then 1 month and a half later, I think I had my birthday. So he gave me the RC car, and we went there to drive.
How old were you?
I was 8 years old.
Oh, okay. So it was like they just Dad, I want it. Yeah, just buy me.
Yeah.
This kind of situation. And you, yes. Martin?
Hi. I was lucky because my father was racing with the cars and RC boats, so he was doing RC for a very long time. So since I was a kid, I saw all the cars and all the stuff at home, and of course I want to race as well. But before RC, I started as a kid riding the small motorcycle, motocross bike, and then I was riding the rallycross cars until I think like 8 years old. But then we switched to the go-karts, but I saw it was quite danger, and then our way like split, me and my father, on this. So I decided to go to the RC because he likes to do RC as well. So I like to follow him. So we started racing RC cars together, and then it started like this.
Okay, the big question: do you regret?
8 years old.
Do you regret quitting from 1-to-1 racing?
Definitely. I mean, many guys like to race this, but there is first of all, it's expensive. Very expensive. I mean, everything needs to go there. but in the end, you need to be only one guy who can be really good in this and can make some money from this. So, I mean, I'm very happy I stay in RC and I changed my mind when I was a kid, because I think it's much better, because we have a lot of fun. We are meeting very good friends on the track, and it's very safe. I mean, nothing can happen to us. So I'm really...
Yeah, and actually not so many people from the boy he can grow up to to a professional driver, and he can make money on it. So he also one of the lucky guys, the same like Bruno, of course. But you design the cars, you're working in the factory, I think the looks really nice, when I stand next to you, and we can, Martin by your life. But it's looking pretty good, I guess, So you design the car. Your kids start playing with the motocross on the jumps into the arena. we saw that. So it's pretty cool. So I like it. That.
Okay, guys, let's move forward. But the biggest question: what was your first ever car, Martin?
I think it was a Tamiya. I don't remember the model, but I think everybody had this one. It was a Tamiya. I think it was an Alfa Romeo body shell on it, and I was able to drive.
Body you already remember?
Yeah, body I remember. It was
replaced many
Alfa
times.
Romeo, and at that time was the same body like DTM 1:1 scale, so it was very famous.
Okay.
I mean, that was my first car.
And already into racing, no like bashing around anything else.
I mean, like maybe first year when I was trying. Of course, I was trying at the home, but at that time my father already started building the racetrack, the first one in our country. So I was able to go there and play on the racetrack. So I was lucky for this.
Okay, Bruno, and you?
Yeah, mine was also a Tamiya 1 to 10. I don't actually remember the model as well. I had a Subaru body. No DTM, I had a Subaru. But basically, I think we all start around that car. So it was the basic cars and the easiest to drive. So, yeah.
And already racing?
The first year was not really racing. We had the kind of 2 in 2 weekends. We had the kind of a race. Was not really like they count the laps by hand, so it was not really, but was in a parking lot, not really in the track. So only after 1 year I started to go to Monsanto, the famous international track we have in Portugal, and I started to race on that track only after 1 year.
Okay, so as we are here, when was the first race? Do you remember the year, date?
For me?
Yeah.
Actually, I don't remember which race. For sure was a Nationals here in Portugal, and for sure was at Monsanto in this track close to my home. But I think it was a Nationals, like the second or third race of the Nationals.
All right, but and the position at the...
I have no idea. I really have no idea. But at that time was already 1.8, not even 1.10, because I changed it.
Okay. To 1.8 buggy or on road?
On road.
Oh, already nitro.
Yeah.
Nice. So you kind of move fast forward, huh?
Yeah, it was like after 6 months, my dad exchanged the Tamiya for one Pico, 1.8 on road.
Yeah.
So and I start immediately after 6 months. I start immediately with the 1.8 on road.
Okay, so I can see why the progress is so huge. You're not scary about driving fast cars, huh?
Not really.
Okay, and Martin, and your situation, your first race ever, remember?
I think it was at my home city, home track, where I started learning. And I think actually the first race was with 1/5 car, which was at that time I think bigger than myself, which was funny. And it was a gas car, so it was noisy, big, once you crash, it costs a lot of money. So father was never happy when I when I tried to win the first corner. So
Okay.
but I don't remember the result. But I was not last, which I think
Yeah, but Martin, your little bit about your father track, because he built this track, I don't know, many years ago, let's say, and right now it's closed. Yeah, that's correct.
Yes.
And
yes.
and this was the track for 110 or 1.5 scale, because I remember that your brother also driving the 1.5 cars, and it's pretty with lots of nice success. Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, the track was built for of course all on-road classes, but the main point was for my father to build a track to be able for us to practice and to prepare for international races, because he was not building all this just to play at nationals. He was
to have fun.
He was preparing us to be able to fight for the top spot at the international races.
So actually, your father was the man who's a little bit maybe not push you, but they give you the possibility. Then you can continue the career.
He was not pushing me never, but he always built for me all things around to make it happen. So. But he was never pushing me like say, you need to go, you need to race, or never ever. But
great things to your father. Great things to your father.
Best regards.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Łukasz, what we have other questions? Yeah,
because
exactly.
I think most of the people who are watching us is from Poland, so we pretty know the situation, how it looks here in Poland, and how the competition, nationals, and everything it's organized. I'm super excited to hear how it's in Portugal. I have no idea.
Yeah, you mean now with the virus?
No. About the virus we will speak later.
Okay.
But like normal, how it's held.
Normal racing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So on the past years, the racing is not so good actually, and unfortunately, but in the last year it was very good. The nationals. We had a lot of people in nitro and also electric. It was growing up, and we hope the same for this year. We know the situation now, but we cannot do nothing. But yeah, the situation, the RC was growing a lot in Portugal last year.
Yeah,
so,
okay, but you are speaking mostly about the level of racers. Of course, you are kind of making this level much higher than than it could be. But the question is, because I'm not an expert. I need to speak a bit more about it with, for example, Michael Waski, how it holds in UK. So you have those club races, then you qualify to the nationals and so on. In Germany, the situation is similar, I guess. But do you have only nationals, and the local club racing do not matters at all?
Yeah, no, we don't have any. Actually, we don't have so much club races. We have only nationals. We have not many because we are not many drivers. The level is not that high. But I think it's mainly because we are far from the middle of Europe, so we are not able to go to many races like ETS, EOS, and these kind of races to see the level,
Yeah.
So when we stuck here, we stuck in our level, and we think the level is only this, but we can go much far.
Okay.
So yeah,
it's pretty super similar situation to Poland, I guess.
In
more or less.
In Poland, yeah.
Okay, last year is different. Last year is different, but before Paweł started organizing the XRS in Poland, it was just like you said, in my perspective.
But still, still we don't have the club qualifying for the nationals,
like in Portugal. I said it's similar to Portugal.
Yeah, it's very similar. It's really similar, but more people. We have now we have a very nice possibility to go to Hyde Arena and meet all those guys, and also there is Amiibo Sport where it's not so far away from Poland, and then there is not so many in Germany. There is lots of racing, but 1.8 nitro, and that's the difference. But the 1.8 nitro off road, for example, like me, it's the season is pretty short, and everyone is concentrate actually to a carpet driving, because the season is more longer and more steady. So you have the 100% guarantee the weather will be fine, and that's why the carpet racing are growing much more faster than the outdoor racing. But still, we going forward. I think we're really going forward. So that's my comment about that. So yeah, I give the voice back to studio.
Martin, say what about the Czech Republic? How it looks like there?
I mean, in past, every country had really good national or local races, but now everything goes down. You know, we have less and less people going to the races, and they split between many categories, which is also not good. And we don't have so many people at the racetrack like the past. I mean, in past, I remember I go for nationals and we have plus 100 people. We had problem to make the race in one day, and today we have problem to fill the entry list to make the race. You know.
Okay.
So the summer in our country is dead. Doesn't matter, Slovakia, Czech. I see also many other countries. The summer is dead. Mm-hmm. People don't want to go too much to the racetrack. Probably they spend the time with family or doing something else. But winter is quite okay. I mean, we have luckily many good races around. In Slovakia we have XRS. In Czech we have a Mibo Sport, and plus couple races. In Poland we have the XRS as well. Yeah. So I think it's really good. Also on road, I mean, we have during the same week 3 different races, and in each race we have 70 entries minimum.
All right.
I mean, it's good. I mean, winter is not bad, but summer is dead. Not many people really like to go again to the track.
So how many entries? It's on the, I don't know, regular race 1/8 outdoor in nationals. How many entries it's usually?
I mean, I think last year I didn't compete this race, but this national. But I think they had about 20 entries.
Whoa!
Nothing. And in the winter you have in same weekend 3 races, and each race 70 people. So you have easy lot of entries. But in summer, no interest.
Yeah, but where do you find the problem with it? It's more like the people just don't like to drive, or maybe I don't know, don't have proper track or something.
It can be many things. It can be also for the outdoor, you need the car needs a lot of more service, because when you're driving on dirt, it's a lot of dusty, and then you need to work a lot on the car. If you drive Astro, we don't have good Astro tracks. It's very difficult to drive for the people, so they don't enjoy it. They don't have fun.
Okay.
When you go 8 scale Nitro, you have only 2 tracks where you have good fun. The rest is really bad. And I think they just don't have fun. So they don't want to invest money for this and the time, so they probably prefer to spend the time with the family in the summer.
Yeah, I think the carpet racing, that's why they hold very well, because first of all, you need the less money to start up the carpet racing. I don't say about the high level or something, but you can invest much more small amount. Other part, it's of course less service. What you say before, so you don't need so much work on the car, and you don't need to clean so much the car, and the last point, and also really main, it's the race. Whatever the weather, the race can happen. And also lots of people are annoying when you go on the track, you prepare everything, you spend so money on the hotel and so on, you travel lots of kilometers, and the whole weekend are raining. So and also in Czech Republic there is a very popular the one-day racing, and if you don't want this day, it's shut down with the weather. So then it's less motivation to go again, and also that's my point of view on it.
Yeah,
So
for sure. The weather
this is
the weather is a big problem for the summer. I mean, when everything costs so much money to pay the parts and everything,
yeah.
tires, and then you go to the racetrack, rain, so you have to pay the travel, you have to pay the hotel, and then you don't race. I mean, yeah.
That's the most
Okay,
annoying for the driver.
but that's the
Yeah.
question I would like to ask you, because I'm always annoyed, mostly for the on-road racing. Why don't we race when it's raining? It's like, why not?
I mean, for me, it's not a problem to race. It's sometimes good fun to drive, but after you have a lot of work. All the ball bearings are normally broken. Many parts are immediately lost if you don't check the car after the race. So it costs a lot of money to race on muddy conditions.
All right, but you are not joining the competition to stay clean. Mostly 1/8 scale, and the technology went over our heads lately with the new motors, electronics, everything is splash-proof, waterproof, blah blah. You don't have any more troubles with the radios that is losing signal during the bad weather, blah blah blah. It's not dangerous so much. Okay, there's a thunderstorm. That's a different story, yeah. But if it's only raining,
it's not about danger. It's
Yes.
all about how much it costs after the race. For me,
okay.
after the race, I need to spend minimum 1 full day to make everything again ready. Not many people can spend 1 full day working on the car. Plus, you will spend a lot of money on the parts to change the parts because you break them. If you're running nitro in rain, there is always 80% chance you broke the engine.
True.
And
That's true.
and that's many parts. And 1 day on the rain can cost you easy €800. And of course, you don't want this. So I
Of
think
course.
for me, it was always not question of dangers of this, but always because it costs a lot of money, and not everyone is able to pay this and have fun. So
All right, Bruno, what do you think?
Yeah,
you,
I think
you don't have this problem, huh? In Portugal.
yeah, of course, yeah. We don't have actually, because when it's raining, normally we don't drive. So because I think the main problem here is the people are there. Yes, they are to race, but the must are to have fun. They are there to have fun, not really to win the race. And when it's raining, as Martin said, you need to change everything on the car after the race, because everything is broken. Like the bearings are broken, the engine. If you not make immediately the maintenance after, you break it, and if you don't take care before the race, you break the engine during the race. So it's many things, like also the servos. You need to have a waterproof servos. Everything is everything need to be 100% prepared, and the people normally they are not ready for that. So if they can not drive, and maybe they can go there during the week that is dry and drive during the week, they will have much more fun than to drive on the rain and break everything.
Okay,
So I think.
But don't you think, guys, that we can easily prepare for that? It's like, of course, I know that bearings are dead for sure, yeah. But most of the parts in the car you can easily secure, and don't tell me it's impossible
Łukasz.
to prepare the car that well.
No, Łukasz, I will try to answer also that, because I know what you mean, Łukasz, but there is a much more difference when you go and play with the car, like like a hobby area, like at this part. Okay, I'm the hobby driver and I go and play. If it's raining, okay, I go home because all right. Well, what can I do? Difference point. It's of course when you have the European champion, and when you have a world champion, and when you have I don't know, let's say the final race of the nationals. I will say that's 3 point when you actually you don't care about the car, you care about the results, and otherwise when you have let's say, second round of the nationals in Czech Republic, for example, when you have not so much drivers and the weather doesn't look so good, and when the forecast is then okay, it's gonna be raining whole weekend, then some of the drivers will just stay home, some of they come on the track, then do some laps, and the rain doesn't stop and no one to race. So I think that's the point of view on the mostly regular driver, and that's the regular driver make the numbers of the entry, and that's why the weather it's a main Georges of
I understood
of the race. Of course, you
it-
can prepare and for example, we know how to prepare the cars, we know how to clean up, but some of the regular driver, they don't know so much, and maybe that's of the point. But that's my point of view of this, and that's why always carpet racing, they will be always bigger, because the cars are a little bit less expensive, and for sure the car are less using from the after the race, and actually you can take the car from the track, from the carpet, go home, and go back on the
And
1 month later,
course,
and you can
of
still
course.
continue the race. So that's
Of
my
course.
point.
Yeah, I can guess, guys, that we can stop this topic here, because the things you said, all three of you, it's true. I do not doubt you've got it right, but somehow I'm feeling that, are we the gentlemen looking over the cars only, or we are true racers, and we can fight with any condition we have. See if even the F1 races, the true F1 races, not all of them are stopped in the rain. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I think this answer is easy to reply, and is what I was trying to say. Is like our hobby, it's what it is. It's a hobby, and F1 or the VRC is not a hobby. It's, you have so much money involved on that you cannot move one race, like let's say to Singapore, and you move billions of money there, and then you just say, it's raining, you cannot drive, and you stop. And here, when you have a nationals, and where you move, let's say in Portugal, you move 30 people. The country is not so big, and before the race, already before, like on Friday, they decide, okay, we are not going to make the race because the weather forecast doesn't look good. Because for the people that are coming, it's a hobby drivers, so they pay. So, and they know if they will drive on the rain, they will spend so much money, on the car, that is no point to go there. It's better if they stay during the week, and they enjoy during the week to spend that money on the tires and fuel and everything, and they enjoy. Because if you race on rain, on beer rings and everything, you spend what, I don't know, 100, 150, 200 euros, maybe more, and with this, how much you can spend in money in tires and fuel.
And then on normal condition drive,
so I think
more.
I think the main target here, when we don't drive on rain, is not for us professional drivers, but it's for the hobby driver that you are trying to save his money, to not spend the money almost for nothing, is just throw the money away.
True.
Because if you have countries like UK that they have normally two cars, they have one car for rain and one car for dry, but makes sense because in UK you can never drive on dry conditions almost, so it makes sense. So but for us it's
Okay, I know that we are speaking about this topic a bit more, but I think it's very okay. The thing is, do you think the UK drivers, because of their driving in the rain, have some advantages on the big races when the weather is very bad, or the track is very slippery and have poor conditions?
For sure.
I have a good story for this, I think.
No, come on.
I mean, when I was that's many years ago, but I was at the World Championship fifth scale in Lostalo in Switzerland. And I win all practices, I TQ all qualifications, I was by far the fastest. But after the qualification started rain, and it was raining for 2 days. The guy who was after the qualification, he was, I think, about 40th place. He had no chance. but he was from UK. And he changed his completely setup. He put his rain engine, rain shocks, many things changed for the rain because he knows what to do.
Yeah.
He bumped 3 times, I think, and he win. He win the world championship just because he knows what to do on the rain. And I was not able to do anything. I had no idea what to do. I just make by guess the change setup because I don't race on rain so much. But he knows what to do. His car was perfect, and he beat everybody by many laps in the final.
Okay.
I mean, yes, they had very good advantage, but
not always.
If you have no other chance, you only race in the rain because of your country. I mean, of course, you are good.
True. Okay, let's leave this topic because we will spend the whole day speaking only about it. So, guys, how and when do you join the X-Ray factory, Bruno?
I normally join the X-Ray factory before a big event like ETS, EOS, European Championship, or something like when is a big event, So basically, all the time before EOS, I'm going there. Sorry, what do you mean about this question? You mean when I'm going to the or X-Ray?
When you join the team, join the company, like be employed.
Ah, okay. I understand. Like when I'm going there. Sorry.
That's also a good question. It's for later, but you can speak now easily.
I joined. I don't know, many years ago, maybe like 6 years ago. Yeah, okay. When I was at the world champion in Miami for 110 electric car, touring car. It was basically there that I joined X-Ray. Fortunately. And finally,
before or on the competition,
was actually after the competition.
Ah, okay. So you prove yourself.
Yeah, more or less.
Okay. Yes. And you, Martin?
Luckily, Bruno has the first one, so I was able to Google it. Yes, I joined 2012.
How? What circumstances? How it happens?
Yeah, Martin, you drive before Lozi, I guess.
Yes, I was driving for American brand, and it was everything was good, but I always want to move forward. I always want to work more on the cars, on the development, but. They doesn't want to hear from anybody. They had 1-2 guys who work on the car, and that's it. It doesn't matter if the car was good or bad.
All right.
They don't listen at that time. So at one race, because I meet Mr. Juraj.
Yeah, hello Juraj.
I know him for many years. When I race indoor, we always meet at the race, so I know him many years. But we meet, and he asked me if I want to join, if I want to join the project to work on off-road cars, and he showed me some ideas. In the future, he will build a track and how we can work together. And I really like this idea because it was something I was looking for it. So 2012 we signed together, and I'm still there.
Oh, so basically he knows what you wanted, yeah?
You test, Martin, you test some of the XB9, and there was some of your project also. There was something, because I see you one time in Munzig track. It's Munzig track. There it's in Germany. With the under the roof, the small track under the roof.
Yes,
and I see you one time. Yeah, I was riding Kyosho at that time also. It's 2013 or 12 or something like this. And I see you in this new car, XB9. I think you're testing this car over there or something. That's correct?
Yeah, I mean, that was our beginning. It was a winter, and it was not possible to drive outside.
Yeah.
So only my chance was to go to Germany. So I wake up very early, drive, I think, about 500 kilometers to this track because it has a roof. It was very cold inside, but still we can drive, because it was snow outside. So I travel 5 hours to go there and to be able to test and to do at least something, because if you fight against the drivers or the teams which have the good weather all year, it was not easy. So
exactly. Tell me, I also see the nice things. Your girlfriend on that time, Teresa, now your wife, she tuned your engine by fingertips, fingernail. She tuned your engine in fingernail, and that was so funny. I was standing actually on the pit stop, and I look on you, and you say some comments to Teresa, and she just tuned your engine by the nail. So that was pretty funny to watch that. So that's why I remember this.
That was definitely a joke just to make you crazy,
But all right. So and then and that time you're still working on X-Ray. You developed pretty nice and really super fast car, actually all over the world. Tell me, the XB9 compared to XB8, there was lots of difference between that. Why there was the name was XB9, and because there was the continue of the old cars just before you.
In past, X-Ray had they had XA08. And then they had XB9, and then they then went to all models to switch to one name, so like a T4, XB8, XB4, XB2. So it was never changing again, only the year and end of the name of the car. So like this, it was easy to see, which car you have. And
okay, I got it.
Okay, so let's move forward. So basically, we came to the point when I'm going to ask you about the X-Ray factory. So hope after this podcast you won't be fired, both of you. So how the X-Ray factory looks from inside? Just using your imagination and try to show our listeners how the X-Ray factory looks like from your perspective.
To me or to Martin?
Both of you guys. Whoever starts.
Okay, I can start, no problem. Audi Arena Audi Arena X-Ray Factory. It's something amazing. So it's something that you cannot see anywhere, because I don't think you have any other company that has the factory and the truck together. And there you have both of the things and the best of the world. So let's say when they did it to have the best. So not to have just to have, When you see racetrack, you all the time is missing this, is missing that, and the track is not 100%. When you see a factory, is missing something, all the time. And on X-Ray, you have everything 100%, like it's not missing nothing. So when they did it to make it really amazing. And I think it's like, I have no words, It's the same as I don't know. You love cars and you need to go on Nordschleife or Nürburgring, because that's the
place, yeah.
Yeah, that's the place, And here is the same. If you are a RC driver, you must go there one day and see how amazing is it.
Yeah, for the driver perspective, you are saying mostly about the truck, but I'm very curious. Do you, as you are the employee of X-Ray, of course, do you visit other places than what we can see as a drivers?
Yeah, sure. Sometimes I'm going inside of the factory. Not many actually, but I already been there inside. But it's amazing to see like how they make everything. Like all the pressure from the beginning until the end, from the the drawing on the office to the machining and then to the packaging. It's amazing to see all this process and how the things work. So it's for sure, amazing when you have the car built and then you see how they do the car. So
true. Yeah.
For sure.
How much time do you spend in this factory normally?
I normally, as I was telling before already.
Yeah.
Normally, all the time before a big race, I go to the arena and I have a test of like 3-4 days. So I could say maybe like 25 times a year, I'm going to the arena to test.
Okay, only before the big races, or I don't know, you have the special meetings for the drivers, things like this?
Normally is only before the races, but sometimes we also meet only for testing, like when you have a new platform coming out or a new car coming out and we need to test a lot of things, we move whole team there like for a week or more to test all kind of things. So
Okay, so mostly you are not sitting there as an office, you are mostly at the track.
Yeah, Bruno is a professional driver, so he's placed it on the track, I guess.
Yeah, but you know, but I would really like to hear something exceptional, like I go there
Łukasz,
8 hours behind the desk first, and then to the track. Yeah.
No, normally we have
for sure.
normally we have like a kind of a plan, like what to test during the day. And normally we test like not imagine if I'm going there with Martin or Martin, Upo, and another drivers. We test like one guy tests one thing, another guy tests another thing, and then if someone find out something good, the other guy also we talk each other and we try the thing that was good, and then we have the feedback about this and we discuss if it was good, if it was not good, So basically it's like this, and we pass all day on the track. From, I don't know, like 8 in the morning maybe until 8 in the night, testing all new things and all, possibilities of the setup to go faster.
Okay.
You do everything, then after when I get the car is driving well on my hand.
Of course.
So that's the point. That's the point.
But the funny thing, because you are all international drivers, Portugal, Czech Republic, Germany, blah, blah, blah. What language do you communicate? English?
Yeah, mainly.
Mainly English. Okay,
I
Martin.
Yeah. I can say some words in Slovak, but I think are not the best words.
Okay, so they teach you the words like every Paul teach
for sure,
in the summertime. Sure. Okay. Yes. Martin, your perspective, I guess it's pretty different, huh?
A little bit, yes. I mean, first of all, X-ray is very special. You don't have this at nobody have the factory or the company like this at the world. And the special is the owners. The owners, they work so hard, but they put the money back to the sport. They bring the money back and they support the races, they support the drivers. They build the racetracks and they help us to race, So, I mean, this is the very, very, very special thing on X-ray. I mean, many people in the business, they will immediately they make some money, they go and they buy something crazy, But they not, they put all the money back to build racetracks, to build crazy big hole just to place dirt inside and play. I mean. That's crazy, So,
but how your Martin, how your day looks like? Actually, I don't know. Of course, not now when we have this virus shit, but normal day. I don't know, Tuesday on the Martin Bayer, because in Bruno closely we know what they do. That's that's the top driver. But you are the top driver, but also you are the mainly designer of the cars. So you wake up in the morning and you go to the factory. And what's that?
Well, I usually not wake up, but my kid wake me up. So.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
I mean, I'm working there every day. So for me, it's a little bit different as it was in the past. So every day I'm working over there, working on the cars to find what's new, to that which way we have to do some things on the project to finish every car like a manual or helping each guy to be able to make his work. So I mean, I'm there every day and I need to be there because, for example, In off-road, I am the guy who knows most about the cars in the company. So I need to tell this guy to make this and this guy to make this. So like this, we can work much faster on every project. So I need to be there every day.
But tell me, because of course you are working full time as an employee, as a designer. You are designer, driver, and manager. Yeah.
Yes.
All three of them. Yeah, but
three in one.
Three in one. But tell me, when you go, okay, I compare it to the normal, call it normal job, like you're working in a corporation or anything like this. You are working all day, 8 hours, whole week, 5 days a week. But then, as a driver, also you go for the races, and that's also your job, yeah.
Yes.
So how it works? Because I can imagine that your wife can be pretty angry sometimes.
Well, since first day when I made her, I told her I will race forever and I will race every weekend. And if you want to stay with me, you need to accept this. So she knows in the beginning. No, but it's not easy because I need to be there every day, and in the weekend we have to go for the races. And sometimes when we test before the race, which is pretty often, we test since morning to the night. Because as always, we have late ideas and we want to improve and we want to be maximum prepared. So we always push a lot before the race. So it's not easy. Of course, the time is the biggest problem for me because 8 hours is not enough per day. You need to work minimum 10-12 per day to make things going on. So not easy.
Yeah, but tell me, when the last time you were at the holiday without ARC car?
Oh, I mean, holiday. Everybody needs to have a holiday. Even if you are a crazy guy and you work 14 hours, you need holiday. Otherwise, you fire, and you have no more good ideas. So last summer I was on a holiday for 2 weeks because we found there was no racing, so I could go for holidays. But this is needed. The brain needs to be relaxed to produce good ideas.
Of course, true. So let's go back to Bruno. As Martin already told us something about the Hoodie family, what do you think about your bosses?
I pretty like. I know normally it's a difficult thing, to like the boss. Normally everybody hates the boss. But until today I have a very good experience with all of them. Especially, or I'm more close to Martin Woody. He's more in touring car than Uri, but also with Uri I have a very good relation. So I think they are pretty open. So to some ideas and to discuss and everything, and also on the racing. So they are not the kind of bosses when you make something bad they come to and complain. So I think we have a very good relation until today. And I mean, until I think what they do is what Martin was telling to the hobby is very good. All the time trying to make better and better. Being almost the only company in the world having the factory and the trucks for each category, that you not have anyone doing this to develop the cars and to have the people there, to have big events there, and to give the best to the people. I think this is it's very important and very good for all of us to recognize and to share with everyone you can. So.
Perfect. So
I think I think this what I see, because I also work a lot with the factory, and this what I see there. It's that's why the factory looks that sharp and that perfectly, and that the perfectionism perfectionist guy. That's kind of guy who's I think I know what you mean. And this factory, what you see, this is all character of the Hude family. I think they all want to take everything have to be perfect, everything have to be on the right place, everything have to be the best. And the best what I see this was how was the organizer, the world champion of the 110 scale. I was there. I was so surprising, and also the final ceremony of the regional country dancers of the regional show up how the Slovakia. You know, Bruno, what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
This all world championship was show up. So how the Hude family and how the X-Ray can make such a great event. There was no questions for my side, and this what I was only there to make some interviews and things like that. But this what I see on the end, the final ceremony and photos and stuff like that. There was this what you need to give back to a drivers, like a respect for them. So this is my experience. What I see, the real powerful of the X-Ray factory and family, and how they take care about all the details. I like it that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so do you guys know, and I think that's a good question for Martin, do you guys know how many people are working for X-Ray right now?
Today or yesterday? No, it's about 100 plus. 100 plus.
But and the staff that is there every day?
Yeah, every day there is 100 plus. 100
Okay.
plus.
And all the drivers you employee or sponsor, do you know the numbers?
We have quite many drivers, but not everyone has a same deal.
Martin, this called in the worldwide, this called X-Ray Army. This is how it's called. If you want to count the numbers, you call the X-Ray Army. There, that's how you can say.
Yeah, definitely. There is many people which we help. Only by parts, or that's many people. I mean, so.
Okay, let's move forward. You guys see the hobby all over the world. You've been probably almost everywhere where you can drive the RC car. Bruno, what's the favorite country you ever drive?
It's a difficult question, actually.
Nobody said it will be easy.
Yeah, it's a difficult question. I really like to drive. Like, if you ask me touring car, I really like Thailand when we have the TITC race there. Because it's an amazing race. So the weather is fantastic there all week. Normally never rain there. We have 30 degrees to 35 degrees during the day. We have a very good traction, and it's a 1 week race. So we stay there 1 week testing, and then the race is 3 days only. But you stay that week before testing all days to try to be the fastest, for the race. So no one races like this. Normally you go there 1 day before, you test the day before, and then you have the race, or you practice only in the race.
Yeah.
So and that race we go there 1 week before for the race.
Okay.
So it's amazing because there is, after one race, there are no excuses.
Yeah, I don't come prepared, or I don't have time. There's no
So, and it's one of the first races of the year, because normally it's in February. This year we skip because of the virus. This year we skip, but it's in February. So all companies go there and they give the maximum to win the race, because it's one of the most important races of the year. So yeah, for sure is this. If off-roads, I really like as a truck when I went to Neo Buggy in UK and Australia when it was the Worlds 2 years ago. I really like the truck.
For 1.8, right?
For 1.8 off-road, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you ask me the best track facilities, is for sure Rudy Arena.
Okay. Martin?
A little bit difficult, because for me the most time I enjoy is probably at home, because I have my family close to me, because as I have to work 5 days per week, and then we can go to the race. For me, it's probably best to race in the arena because I have my family close to me and I can race. So I think this is the best place for me.
Right. So mostly, but
Hey guys, Yotabe Arena. What do you think about this place? There is also pretty nice and big play. This is about this what I see on movies and photos. But you was there, guys, and little bit about this Yotabe Arena.
Yeah, nobody like us over there because I think that was a first race for Bruno on one of the first races for Bruno with XB4, and it was a world championship in Yotabe, and we come there with almost no knowledge, come to have with no expectation, and Bruno dominates. So, I mean, yes, the place they don't like us, but honestly, I come from Huli Arena, where everything is perfect, and from outside, I always see the pictures. When I was younger, I always Yotabe is a perfect place. I want to go always. But when I walk inside, they miss the perfection the Hudi family have. There you can always see something in the corner. You always something somewhere.
Okay.
Always, But in Hudi you never see this. So
No. There is
probably if I never have been in Hudi Arena, I will come there. I will say, "Wow, that place is amazing." But
that's that's what lots of people doing. But usually when I there, I just dragging with I just tracking with me some of the. Always I try to bring some new people from Poland to there because this is what I say usually here in Poland, and you should be. Minimum one times in life you should come and visit the arena. If you're from Poland, you don't have so much far away to there, and you should be one time to get the trip and see how it looks like from the inside. And no one was not happy from that, and everybody was everybody was impressive about this place. And also, sometimes if you have lucky, you can get. I was one time. You can get the factory tour, so you can see all the machines and all the background. Behind the scene, how everything is working. So the Matus make our journey over there, and really, guys, if you've never been there, you should come and visit here the arena because it's in Europe and it looks amazing. But what about the what about the EOS? What do you like at Bruno about the EOS? I think you got some writing interview on the EOS part, and how you think about the old series. I have also mine. I will share it later. But how you think about the old EOS and ETS series? What this give to I don't know, actually World RC, but the more Europe RC.
Yeah, I think for the Europe RC is a very good race, and I think it's one of the most, or I think I'm sure is one of the most important races for us Europeans. As you know, you meet together all very good drivers from all countries, and also the OB drivers, so that can come and watch like a world champion almost every month. Mm-hmm. So this is for sure a very good chance for everybody that love this hobby to see the best drivers in the world driving there in the center of Europe. So I would for sure like to see more the EOS and also ETS around the whole Europe. Mm-hmm. But I know that is difficult, because if you bring it like to Portugal where we don't have so many races, the guys from Germany and from Austria, they will not come over, to race. So the race must be held in the middle of the Europe, and I understand that. But yeah, overall I think is a good series. They try to make fair for everyone with the rule of the tires and no additive and all these kind of things. But yeah, I think overall is a good series for sure.
I mean, because my experience about this series, it's all the factory drivers can meet on the one track and testing the cars, and this series make the give the to the designer much more knowledge after that race. So when you finish the ETS or EOS, the designer cars and the top driver are much more smarter after this. And there was some I don't know, rumors about that maybe the EOS on ETS can really not exist, and maybe was shut down. There was some sponsor was moving from there. I really don't understand why the sponsor are moving out, because there is no any better place to test the cars and compare each other. And I don't really not understand why the sponsor no want to support this kind of races. This is the absolutely main things of the Europe, and they are even more important than European champion or something like that. Yeah. And this is my idea. And this year, when we see 400 people in down, also was almost the same in ETS. There was also pretty much of it. So it was over 800 people who joined the ETS and EOS. So this show up how this how this race needed, and how the industry need this, and I hope all the sponsor will be back to those guys, because they do really cool things. And I was even imagining that look, EOS ETS was disappear, and what then? When you can find a place when you compare the cars, and that's pretty shame if it is gonna be not exist anymore. And I hope Uwe and Tony, if you listen to me, then we're looking forward for the next round. And Martin, your experience, and do you agree with me a little bit about this? What I said, and give much more knowledge than just a factory testing.
Definitely not. I never agree with you. No, I mean, it's difficult to make everybody happy, at this big level of racing. But for sure, I'm very happy. Then EOS ETS team makes such a great job, because without them, we will have not many big races in the winter. And for sure, EOS is always the highlight in the winter for the racing. So thanks to them, we can race against each other, and then we can fight, and we can have fun, and we can meet other drivers, friends, rivals, and we can play. So this is really good.
You think you think this kind of races, they give a little bit more the idea kick of how to when you race is only your background, on your yard or something with the friends, then you cannot change so much on the car, because you don't have any compare others. And when the EOS was start, then XB4 was actually coming out, and there was absolutely there was changed the game. This card what you design, and you're right, that's correct. The XB4 platform.
Yep, definitely races like this move you forward with your ideas, with the development on the cars, and definitely helps you a lot. But also for me as a driver, it's much more fun, because I can compete with the international. I can compete with the best drivers on the carpet. And if I finish somewhere good, I'm much more happy, because I beat this guy. He's very far from me, and this makes me happy. This gives me energy to work for next race even more. And this is what I like.
How do you find the idea? Because this 4-wheel drive car, the XB4, there was kind of revolution on some year, because there was about 2 years of EOS. There was X-Ray was way out from the rest of the of the platforms. Now this year and the last year was the rest companies start to start to compare with you, but they X before where the idea was come from, or because you like this idea, because you like it, or because you're thinking, okay, I should be change this and this. You test a lot different things, because there was kind of revolution, like a 17, 18 car. This year was really, really tough. Not tough, but it was really dominated the rest of the race.
I mean, it's never easy to develop but XB4 has a very good base, which was made by Uri. He really look around what the class needs, and then he make it, and it has a very good base. And as a team, we make the car even better. We work on every detail, and we make the car like just better and better. So. But that's the work of the team, of many guys together. That's not only work of one guy. Because if only one guy work on the car will not work for everybody.
Okay.
So we always work many people on this, because the car needs to be very good for the Bruno and needs to be very good for the average guy, and they both need to be fast and have fun.
Exactly. So, all right. Łukasz, we go forward.
Yeah. So. Basically, I would like to ask you for your favorite competition, and I guess, Bruno, the TATC is the your favorite one, or you have something better, like World Championship maybe?
Yeah, for sure. In the moment, the race that I like the most is maybe TITC, I would say, because I think it's the first competition. Because as I said, you can practice for 1 week, and after 1 week you race. So there are no excuses, you give your best, you try to find out the best setup. I think it's for sure the best competition.
And for you, Martin?
I was thinking for this question quite a while, but there is many races I really like, but I probably like every World. Doesn't matter where is it, which track, but World is always the thing you prepare a long time ago. You always start to think minimum 1 year before the race to work on this and how everything goes, and this is special. So I think World doesn't matter where is it, which track, but this is probably the most race I like.
Okay, so that's like the World is the race because it's the World Championship simply, yeah.
Yes, because it's the most difficult. Because everybody prepare maximum. Everybody always want to do everything for it to win. So I think for me it's always the goal. To make the best what we can do. So.
All right,
Bruno, you have European Championship 2 years ago, I think. Before Worlds. In Portugal, in your home country, and you won there. There was Ty to help you, all the team, and actually everything working 110% for you over there. And how little bit about this, about this race, because that was pretty amazing, what you see then. 45 minutes, no crash, and the car looks so smooth compared to the second and third. So how many things have to go together then you have such a good result, especially in your country?
I would say that especially the people supporting me was one of the one of the main keys. But everything worked amazing. I had the car was working amazing. Ty came over and helped a lot with the setup as well. We worked on the car for the entire weekends. We worked all the time with the target for the 45 minutes and not only for the final. And that's, I think, why on the qualifiers we were so slow comparing to the others. And I think it was basically the the same strategy that we did later on the Australia with Martin Bayer for the Worlds, was to work on the car for the final. And basically on that Euros for the final, we were driving a quite easy setup, not so aggressive, but that we know that for the final we can survive with the tires for 45 minutes. That was the main problem on that track. Okay. That track had a lot of traction and the tire wear was very high. So we needed to survive with the very hard tire for the final. And I think was the main problem of the others was they never tested the car, I think, with the hard tires. And when they arrive in the final and they use the hard tires, the car were too aggressive. Like when I start the final, I started and immediately Canas passed me and he went away from me. But I knew that the pace he has, he was not able to drive 45 minutes like this. For sure, he will run out of tires. And my only target there was, or my only problem was Ongaro, but he was 11 and he was doing many mistakes in the back of me. Yeah. So I tried to drive all the final very smooth and very easy because I also had a very good consumption with the engine. So we were the only ones in the final making 8 minutes and 30. The others were all the guys were making 6 to 7 minutes. So I had one less refuel in the final compared to the others. Okay. So so I passed the. Yeah. So everything was like planned to to survive the 45 minutes on the best conditions. So so everything ran it perfect. The refuelings, everything was. I flipped one time, but I was on the wheels on the 45 minutes. Yep. That was pretty amazing. Also for me, I was surprised with myself because it's not normal in off-road. But all that enthusiasm of the people, like when you are on the straight and they are screaming your name, all the Portuguese crew over there, like screaming your name, is something that still today, when I watch the video, I still feel, that insides of you, like, when I was driving, I hear them, but I didn't feel nothing, because you are so focused on the car that you can't really feel something. But when everything finished, you feel like, you win everything, not only the European champion, like everybody coming to you and hugging you, like pushing you is really amazing.
And and then you go to the world champion to Australia and what was there, because after this here in Portugal you said and you didn't think about the words, but now when everything's working great, now you can try it. And what's the words? It's words. One times of the 2 years, and everybody can make mistakes, or everybody can be unlucky. What was your case?
Yeah, basically our strategy was like if everything ran okay in the Euros, I will drive the Worlds. So the problem was I never test when I off-road, never. Like I never go to test or something. So my year is normally EOS, ETS, European Championship of Touring Car, and European Championship of two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. That's it, more or less, and the Worlds of this. And when I off-road is not really in my main planes. So that race, the Worlds, was kind of okay. Let's see where I am in 1.8 off-road. Let's see where is my pace. So basically, after I win the Euros in Freixedas, everything was like, okay, I think we are ready for the Worlds.
Of course, for sure, winning the Euros. So it's like, I'm quite ready.
Because on the warm up, my pace was not so good, and it was by far to win the race, Okay. Yeah. So basically, nothing was pointing to go to the Worlds. But after the race, we checked that if we have everything perfect, we could fight for the win.
Wasn't it similar with the four-wheel drive car? Because you are driving at the very beginning mostly with the TC, right?
Yeah.
And you try the XB4 and you go and you win, just simple, yeah?
Yeah, it was the XB4 was different because it was in when the XB4 came out, and it was like a cheating car, let's say, in that time. That our car was amazing in that time and was by far the best car we had, and in that time no one could catch us. So we were putting like 9 cars on the top 10. That was crazy. And that time was kind of easy for me to show up, and to win the races, because the car was really, really amazing. And and then I won the Worlds also in
it's like immediately you just joined the 4-wheel drive and world champion. Like,
but I think the main reason was really the car. The car was amazing that time. Really, really impressive.
Okay. And also, I think then when you drive off-road car on the Astro turf in a closed place, in the building, so it's a little bit more similar like driving, let's say, touring cars on carpet. So you have the same grip. It's of course it's little bit different, but not that difference if you have to compare the touring car on the carpet and the off-road car on the clay. So that's the maximum difference. So I think that was one of your strong point. Then you was really good on the touring car driver. You was really good on the let's say the good grip condition, and that's why. That's why some of the point, of course, the car make you win in Yotabe, because there was surprise for everybody,
Yeah, also for me. So I was also surprised. Yeah, I was for sure very good.
Sure. Guys, let's move forward and let's for a moment stop speaking about the racing and the competition stuff. Do you ever play with the car just like normal basher? Like, there's a time when you just take your car or any other car you have and just go have some fun. Martin.
That's probably a long time ago when I did, but sometimes when we practice, of course we have some funny moments, when we just race each other and we don't care about lap times, just to have fun. But to take a race expensive car to the parking place, or something like this, no.
Yeah, but do you have any other car or toy, maybe from your children?
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, but so you tell me that you never try bashing. Yeah, let's call it bashing.
Maybe when I was a kid, sometimes we do this, but right now, and last maybe 8-10 years, I didn't really take the car and then just play with it somewhere. So.
Okay, but during the competition, like you were all over the world. Do you ever see like the coexisting competition, like this, I know, second track with, for example, drift cars, trial cars, like you can see at XRS Poland? Do you ever try in the competition in the meantime?
Yes, definitely. There was many races where we had many tracks around, and we can try something else. But for me, it's always about competition. There is 2 cars to radio. Immediately 2 revolts. So.
Okay.
Yes, I have some good questions. The Dirt Nitro Challenge, that was in Texas, so there was 3-4 tracks over there. Martin, you was there a couple of times. Tell me a little bit how this big race looks from the inside. That's true. There was over 900 entries, not for one track, but all over the event.
Yeah, it's quite crazy event. Yes, that's true that they had so many entries, and they still have entries so many every year. But I was there many years, and I was always dreaming about going to this race. So I found the money to go there many years ago when I was driving for the American brand, and I traveled there with my friend, and he also raced, so we can beat each other and help. And I was very surprised because we arrived and the entry was pretty expensive. Everything was pretty expensive, and there was no pit tables, no electric, no tents. There was nothing.
So you have to everything you have to organize by yourself.
So I have to everything by, and
Whoa.
That was something I didn't expect, going such a far away, and nothing was ready over there, Everything was going like a club race for me,
So Europe racing just spoils you a lot.
I mean, the result was just comes very late, on the board, I didn't never know which heat I am, and
wow.
If a very good driver asked for delay during qualification, he just shout and they stop, So it was kind of like very surprising for me. But because online they do pretty good show, the race in the night with the lights, and it looks kind of cool. So people probably like, and it makes it famous. But for me it was quite a big shock when I was
okay.
First time
But
over there.
there was time when you driving for the American brand, but you was like a X-ray represent. I don't know, 1 or 2 times on the Dirt Nitro. There was change something from your first time and second.
Yes, I know what to expect, and our team prepared everything. We had the tents, we had the good friends in the US running X-ray cars, so they bring a big trailer for us where we can survive in 1 o'clock morning when we have to race. And it was cold, so we could be inside and in the warm place. So I mean, we have been ready for this thanks to our knowledge and our X-ray friends. So, but the base was still same,
All right. So, okay, this I didn't know about the Dirt Nitro Challenge, and the track. It's all track are super bumpy on that race, and this is the character of this track and race. That's true, or they're caring about the track a little bit.
But it's one of the most difficult race I ever competed because you're working on the setup. With so many entries, you drive maybe 2 or 3 times per day. And every time you have a different track, different weather, so completely different setup. It means, so you need to know a lot about the cars, about the tires, about the engine, how to prepare for your run. Because there was one year when I drive my qualification 1 o'clock morning because they have been late. Because
1 o'clock in the morning or in the night?
Because in
night.
Because they had some issues with the timekeeping or something, so they had delay for 3 or 4 hours, which is for me crazy. This I never see only there, This doesn't happen at our races, but
fuck.
But do you find it better, or do you find it just different, or like do you like it more, or do you like it less?
It's different because probably many people in Europe, they will immediately start talking bad, and they will say, this race is very bad, I will never come again. But those guys in the US, they don't really say this. They really support them, and they are happy they are making the race for them, and they built huge, amazing track for them. So of course they are not happy, but they still keep supporting them because they are doing this for them, So
right.
That was the main difference, what I see.
Okay, Bruno, let's get back to the topic. And for you, any other RC activity, trial, drift, drones maybe, or something like this?
Drones I kind of like. Drones. Drift I don't really like. I like to drift with the real RC car, let's say, like with the off-road, when it's off-road, or with the touring. But I think basically this, and other hobbies out of this for sure. Like I do CrossFit. I don't know if you know what is.
Yeah.
CrossFit. Yeah, we know, of course.
CrossFit. I like to go around in my car to make track days. Stay with the friends, play computer. Yeah, basically.
Okay, so But getting back to RC, when was your last time you just take your car for a drive for no competition reason?
Oh, good question.
The first year you started with the Tamiya, huh? On the parking lot?
No. No, I normally, when I have time, I like to join the people here in Portugal in the track that close to my home, Monsanto, and I like to join them. But I don't really remember what was last time. Maybe January, when we have not so many races. I think around that time, yes.
Okay, but it's still racing. You just still go to the track. Yeah?
Not really racing. It's just to have fun because the track is kind of dusty. So we just go there to have really fun, not really to find out a good setup or something. It's just to stay with the people, to try to to help the people and stay with them, have fun.
Okay, perfect. So you are practically a little bit of busher, huh?
Yeah, because I think I don't have so much work like Martin, because Martin needs to go to the factory to develop the car, and then after develop the car during the week, he need to go on the weekend to the race, and sometimes when I'm at home, I'm not doing anything of that, developing the car,
Yeah.
So I kind of have more time to spend with the customers and helping the customers to, with something they need.
Okay, so the tricky question right now. So brace yourself. It's like it's still fun, still a hobby, or it's more like a job for you now?
No, it's still fun for sure. I still have a lot of fun. Of
50-50 job, 50-50 race, 50-50 job and 50-55, or what's bigger, job or fun?
No, it's for sure bigger. It's for sure the job, because it's a big responsibility. When you have so many sponsors and you have so many responsibility and you have a lot of work behind you for one race like Euros or like Worlds, it cannot be so much fun. You need to be a lot of the job, the percentage of the job, because it's very serious. But in the end of the race, yeah, for sure. And in the end of the race, it's for sure the fun, to stay with the people like supporting you. You share your the things that you had during the race and everything. So it's for sure a lot of fun.
Okay, so anyway, Martin, you can already see that Bruno is taking this job seriously. I solved some problems for you, but for you, like I can say from what you said right now, 80% of job, less fun, huh? Or not?
I still for me it's a fun. It's still every day I go to the work. I go because I like, and because in the end I have a fun. So I had many possibilities in my life to work for something else, but still I like this most because in the end I have always fun. There is a lot of hard work behind. There is a lot of not nice times, because not many times you are really successful, to make good things. But in the end, I always fun. So
yeah, as I'm a designer too, and you can somehow say, I know I'm exaggerating a little bit, but the mechanical designers is that the work is also a little bit like an art. So you need to have a good day. You need to have a clear mind, and you need to have that something that lets you do the good stuff. Yeah.
That's for sure.
Right. So
Martin, if you will not have the job in the radio control industry, in the RC cars industry, what you will do? For sure you have some plan B or something like, or maybe plan A and this is B plan or something, and what you will be I don't know, the sports car driver, or I don't know, maybe you open your restaurant. How is the other? For sure you have some other plans.
Yeah, for sure I have many plans in my head, but this actually my actual job was never my plan. I never planned to be top driver and working and developing the car as a full-time job. So
okay.
So it was nothing I planned, and I see more in my life than the less I plan, the things happens more naturally, So it's difficult, but
Good for you, as we can see.
yeah, for sure. Now, for sure, we will see. We will see later, but definitely, I had many opportunities with many other businesses, which I don't like to say, but
Yeah, all right. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's
So,
that's
as-
fine.
that's the black stuff. You never like to say
Okay.
because
no pressure, don't feel the pressure, no pressure at all. So, Martin, you already answered this question, but Bruno, as Martin and as all the other professional drivers, you have a trouble with the weekends for sure. How your family, friends, girlfriend, wife reacts?
Yeah, it's for sure very tough. Hear me? Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can hear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, it's for sure very tough for all the family and the girlfriend. But yeah, I still have many times of the year that I'm kind of free, And when I'm free at home, I can really spend the time wherever I want, So it's kind of hard when you stay so much time out of home, like 2-3 weeks out of home. But when you come back and you can stay 1 week or maybe 2 weeks at home, and you don't need to bother with nothing, it's very good, and you can spend the time with the family, with the girlfriend. You can really enjoy your time alone. That, as Martin said before, we sometimes and many times we need it to refresh everything, and reset again for racing, because racing is not only building the car and everything is very stressful, and
Yeah, it's a huge pressure, yeah.
many times we feel a lot of pressure, and after the race I actually don't feel so much pressure during the race, but on the day after I'm normally very tired, I can feel it is from from the stress and everything. I'm normally very tired, so yeah, we need for sure that pause to make after the race.
Okay. So guys, I know that's the hardest topic and probably not the very fun one for us, but I'm very curious. What do you think, honestly? Let's move forward to the today world pandemia and with the COVID-19. Martin, how do you think it affects the RC industry?
definitely very bad because. When we have such a big problems like now, the first thing you do, you put your hobby on the side, and this affect many things behind this hobby, that produce the cars, tires, all the stuff for this, and they invest a lot of money, and now there is no sales. And when we not race, the racetrack dies, shops dies, even the factories can die pretty easy.
Okay, but do you already see from X-ray that you need to cut something, and you already as a company are feeling this situation pretty badly, or it's still stable?
Oh, it's very bad because since I think many weeks we have no orders from some countries, and of course it's a very big effect. Shops doesn't buy, shops doesn't sell, people don't race, and it's very bad. I mean, everybody needs to be strong and to stay in this hobby. Otherwise, it can be very easy finish, for us.
Isn't the worst thing about the X-ray nowadays that you produce the competition car? So your car are not highly popular in bashing, or just going to drive home and just have some fun with children, yeah? You don't take
That's for sure. That's for sure, because we produce only stuff for the race car and for the racetracks. It's very difficult for us this time. When is no race, there is it's like a tree, So we are. It's very difficult, and future I don't see very good, because we have already some information. Then, for example, for us, in our country we will not be able to travel for end of the year. So which means
in Slovakia or Czech Republic?
In both countries.
Both countries.
So it means we will not able to travel for any race. We can only race nationals, which is quite big problem because, for example, for us we have very very little drivers. So I see this as a yes, definitely. But I think this will be in every country. So I think big problems comes, and for sure it will have a big impact on sales, on producers, on everyone in this hobby. So
right,
I see this as a very bad times for RC.
Okay, Bruno, aren't you worried for honestly your job as you cannot drive?
Yeah, for sure. I think all people connected to RC market, let's say, RC business, are worried because, as Martin said, if the tracks are closed, if the people cannot exit, the people cannot drive. The people doesn't buy any part for the car. The shops doesn't sell. The shop doesn't sell. The shop doesn't buy to the factories. So then this is a big impact, because I'm a driver, so I need to have races to race to promote the stuff. So if the things are stopped, we cannot promote nothing, because you cannot do now a new car and what you sell, for who you sell, for no one, because no one is going to buy one car when everything is closed. So it's for sure a big drama for, I think, for all industries, not only RC.
Yeah, of course.
But I think we need to think positive, and I'm positive to think about when we come back to when everything is open again, even if it's only on that country. Everybody is coming to the track like it's the first time they are driving. Very enthusiasm, and they really want to race every day and not every weekend. So I hope.
Yeah, there will
be big punch. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. There will be lots of like a first event, even nationals, like a first small event who can be allowed to make it. When every country will be a big success, so it doesn't matter which race will be, like a nationals or club racing or something. For sure there will be big impact with the entries because everybody's sitting in home and I don't know. We here in Poland.
Let's finally drive. Huh?
Yeah, we can only we just allowed to go out to shop and work, and you can go out with the dog, and actually that's it. So I don't know how it's in Portuguese or in Slovakia.
Yeah, how is the situation?
Yeah, how is the situation in Portuguese on your side?
And
you can go outside.
We can go out, yeah, but it's like we can go out to work. They say to not stay more than 2 people together outside, so to try to avoid the group of people,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But we can still go out without any like the police come or something. But yeah, I'm very positive about that because also the group of Portuguese guys, they are all the time like waiting for when the track is open again, and everything. We can like go out and go to the track. I'm pretty sure that everybody, when everything is open, everybody will join again the racing, and and the market will start again. For sure, now is a very bad period because everything is closed. But I'm very positive that we will go back again for where we were before, very fast.
Okay, so looking at the situation in Portugal, as you see it every day, because you are still in Portugal, yes? Yes. You are not trapped anywhere in the world, yeah?
No.
Yeah, good for you. But looking at the situation in Portugal, no racing this year, or maybe?
The situation is not really bad. Okay, it's bad because when it dies many people, is very bad. But it's not bad if we compare to Italy or Spain. So I think I could say maybe 1 month more, maybe 2 months, and we are going to open again Portugal, but only Portugal. I'm very sure that about all Europe, there will be many restrictions about all Europe. But I think in 1 month and a half, we are going to open Portugal. Like you can be free again, let's say.
Okay, and Martin,
So
do you
one-
think same?
Martin said then in the end of the year he cannot travel,
Yeah.
so he's not that optimistic like Bruno.
Yeah.
But as I said, I
I mean,
think in Europe there will be many restrictions in Europe.
Yeah. Yeah, Martin, what do you think?
well, let's hope not. Let's hope we can be free soon. But at the moment in Slovakia, it's not that bad because as my second hobby is a motocross,
Mm-hmm.
and I started riding motocross again. We can go to the racetrack. You only call the racetrack. You book your time. You book your time from let's say from 3 to the 5, and you are alone over there, and you can ride
Wow.
because you don't meet any people and you are alone.
Yeah, and
So I
it's
think
it's in
this
the forest.
is pretty good idea, and I think everybody can do like this. When you are alone on the racetrack, that's something like you go with the dog outside and you are alone. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
in Poland we cannot even go outside and do
Yeah.
these things. They close right now. They closed, and we cannot go
Yeah,
to
the
a
full
forest
lockdown
for the
now,
walk.
yeah.
And
It's a
that's
full lockdown.
pretty. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. Let's say.
Okay.
But
Martin, any ideas you have how us as a community of RC industry what we can do to make this hobby, and without the companies like X-Ray or any other, the sport will die anyway. Because if you don't have companies, you don't have cars, you don't have support, you don't have races, no way. And the reborn of this whole thing, if let's say the worst, imagine the worst possible situation, so the hobby dies 100%. What we as an industry can do to prevent that? Do you have any ideas? Like it's simple.
free
thoughts.
mind idea.
Yeah.
I mean, still people need to buy the parts and the cars. Even if they don't race, they need to buy probably the parts to rebuild the cars at home. But it's difficult. We need to be back on the racetrack as soon as it's possible. But every sport needs this. We are not only one. Everybody struggle with this. So.
Yeah.
We need to be as soon as back on the track to have fun and to help those companies who live from only this.
Okay.
When company like who is making only the racing stuff, they are now in a really bad time because no
It's the
racing,
worst situation, yeah.
they don't sell. So
Yeah.
we need to help those ones, and people needs to think to who they will help because if you think company will sell the toys and the race cars, they need really help. They think wrong, because today people, they are at home and they still order on iShop, on internet. They still order the toys from the company who sell toys and the race cars.
Yeah, from the
But-
few companies I'm working with,
Yeah.
they told me that our shops are sold out, and I need to somehow transport the goods from, for example, China. Well, mostly China is the problem. Transport the goods from China to Europe, and they cannot right now because the Hong Kong post is closed. Everything is almost closed, so it's a huge trouble to transport the goods right now. And but few companies told me that it's not that bad. Even the sales increase, but few of them just told me it's a disaster. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So-
that's depend. That's always the timing. Timing is somebody is always lucky, somebody not lucky. Now somebody make huge money with the business because of the COVID, but somebody now lose a lot of money, and we are one of them because we have only the racing stuff. So
Yeah,
I feel because Hoodie always and X-Ray always bring the money back to the sport. They build the racetrack, they help races with the sponsorship, and they help many people. And I think the people need to see to who they will help now. If they help to the company who makes the money now with the toys, and then they have also race stuff, or they help the company which have only the racing stuff, and now they struggle. So I think they need to look at this.
So we think
also one thing is for example, if I check the racing companies, tell me the one who built and spent so much money like X-Ray back to the hobby. Who built the racetrack? Who bring the money back? Nobody.
Yeah.
So nobody can say we are, the bad ones or whatever, because they always bring the money back to the sport and to help the guys to have fun. So, and I think now it's time for the others, to.
Okay, so
times to.
Martin, tell me how long do you think the RC industry can still handle this situation? How long it will take to really have a disaster?
It depends how big pockets has the companies, I don't know how big pockets they have, how much money they have in spare, because of course you have employers, and the employers cost something. Even if you decide to take them out, you cannot take them out for free. You still need to give them, 2 or 3 months payback. So
So you think Martin, the X-ray factory, they should be think about making some like before, some RTR cars and something like just for fun cars, like I don't know, like Traxxas or something like this.
We have been thinking about this many years ago, and we are still thinking. But the problem is, at our country, we are not able to build RTR car which is cheap, which will hit the market and which will say to the guy on the street, yes, this is the thing I need. We can make RTR, but we can make RTR proper RTR,
more expensive than China.
Everything is perfect. It works, when you jump, it lands perfect. This we can make, but nobody will buy, because this, of course, will cost much more money than the cheap stuff from China.
Yeah, I think that's the big things, and actually, like you say, the hobby industry on the crisis and on the situation how it's going, like now they are get the first hit, because the people, the first things what want to spend the money, it's a hobby. So the hobby always is going on like situation like that. The hobby always go on the first plan, and we are I also some of the part, and we are represent the hobby area, and I also a little bit scary about the entry level of the soon it's possible X-ray racing series, my race, but this is not my regular job, so I have myself, my job when I canoe painting, I'm the airbrush painter, whatever, the artist, and I have my job on that case, but this is not super things nice to finish the podcast with sitting and say the sadness things. So I think, Martin, I would love to ask you on the live and also to Bruno, what do you think X-ray racing series, and this what me and my crew doing for the X-ray and for the Poland races, this what you see a little bit outside, but a couple of what do you see this on your eye,
I mean, I think you do always, for a very long time, I watching your races, and I always want to come. You always many times invite me, just Martin, come, you need to race. But
of course,
my schedule is always so crazy, and to fit together with the family and the work, and it's not very easy. But I really like the idea. You are a crazy guy, and I like this, because you plan something very big and you make it happen. And I'm very happy we have you all guys over there to making such a great series, and many people can come and have fun.
I mean, one more thing. I get because I have even better like a team driver, because I'm the organizer and take care about this, all the famous things, I'm the organizer guy. I never win anything big. I was one time last year. I was third in EOS in stock class, but that's it's all of my top result. But one part, I get the cars from the X-ray. I do my work, and only nice things from the X-ray. I don't have to give it back to a factory after the season to replace me for the new one car, and that's one of the nicest part of this. So this is my kind of, let's say this is my salary for this what I'm doing for the factory. But the most interesting things, it's I never sell any car who's left me from the last year on the last. Only what I do, it's I checking, I looking about how the kids playing with the cars, or how this family looks good. So I take my used car and I give it to the driver who's looking good on the track, and I say, all right, this is your car for you. Of course, you have to put the electronic and stuff like that. This is your car for you. Go and play the season. The only one thing, it's if you have 5 races, you need to be minimum on 4 races, and this is the agreement. And I give it back to the cars first of all, to a market. So when he break the arms or something, then still have to buy it. And also they give the numbers of the entry. So I don't know how many cars I get from last 5 years from X-Ray, but almost all cars are on the track, and this is the idea. I never sell the car from X-Ray what I get, So this how it's our mission. Bruno, what do you think about this X-Ray Racing Series Poland?
Yeah, I think it's very good, and I think it's what we kind of miss a little bit on ETS and on EOS. That is the trucks you have on the side to bring the young people and the new people to the hobby. That I think is a very good work, that you can have a big event like X-Race with the hobby drivers that drive already for many years and good drivers, and then you have the trucks on the side for the people that come to watch, and in the same time they can have a try on the car, and they can try really what is to drive, and to get that enthusiast to come to the RC. So I think it's a very good idea, and congratulations for you and your crew for this great work. That we have me watching from the beginning, the videos, the promotion, the trucks itself, like how they are built and everything. For sure is amazing. And I think I could say is the most complete event we have now in Europe. Because the ETS is the most important, and the OS, yes, because it's all professional drivers come, all sponsors and everything, but it's not complete, because it's missing this part, to bring the new people to the hobby.
Yeah, and these new people bring the money to the hobby, actually.
Yeah, and this one, the X-Race in Poland, it actually is complete, because you have the racing part, and then you have the beginners part, that is to bring the people, for them to drive, to give a try, to discuss with the drivers and everything. I think this is very important, and this is what really our hobby needs, to bring new people.
Yeah, and I also start to working because the Michał Milanowicz they go back to Poland, so he working in Poland right now, no Germany anymore, and he just start to help me and take caring about the on road. So the on road part start to growing also a little bit, because there was. I do some on-road races before I make the X-Ray Racing Series. I doing this more than 7 years, and 4.5 I working with X-Ray. But before I make also really big races, and I did on-road, but I always have the carpet problem. There was I cannot fit to the on-road so much, because I'm the off-road driver. And then Michael, he came out with the help, and there was advice also the Jan Ratajski, and then I see couple of new people there. I opened the new class we call TC Open, and then you can get, I don't know, whatever on-road card you have, can be RTR, but only have to get the 2S LiPo battery, and actually that's it, and you can play on it. And there was really lots of nice entry on this class, and also in off-road we have this class we call a track class or hobby class, and this is the open door for the people who's buy the RTR car. They just want to try, and after this they decide by self. Okay, I like to buy a better car or not. If you are close on this, on this part of the races, there is the growing of the numbers will be lower, I think, and this what we hit, and I couldn't measure because it's impossible. But one time on the race we have over 300 cars of this arena, because I got 190 cars in off-road, and over 70 or something in on-road, and there was 2 track for the drift, and 1 track for the hobby area. And when you try to measure everything together, there will be over 300 cars in the one place in Poland. Mm-hmm. So I need to say something about that, because this is the XRS Polish channel, and we need to say something about that. And I hope everybody will join soon the XRS Poland with starting. And that's my couple of words about the X-Ray Racing Series. I'm proud. I'm proud they are the part of the factory, and I have a good relationship with it.
Yeah,
so.
Honestly, we spent 2 hours right now, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
I can only say thank you very much. Thank you for your time. First of all, I hope you all keep safe and stay safe in your homes. I will try somehow, but in Czech Republic it's easier. So Zbohem, Martin, and Velo, Bruno.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. See you.
Thank you. Bye. Wish you good evening.
Thank you very much. You too.
Bye. Hope to see you soon on the track, guys.
You too, man.
Bye.